Hello, guys. How are we doing? As you can see, today's video is not a gameplay, unfortunately. So for those of you who are here for a gameplay, I'm here to disappoint. It's actually going to be a CDL 2022 Champs prediction video where I basically go through who I think is going to win Champs, what the games are going to be, and what the scores are going to be of each of the games. The site I'm using for this is Call of Duty League Pick'ems, which is essentially just like a fantasy league for Call of Duty. You can do it for all the majors and all the matches. It's a free to set up, free to create an account. You can sign in using your Activision account. And yeah, it's quite good fun to do, and you get points. And then, towards the end of the season, I mean, I haven't done anything this season, as you can see, I'm on 0 points, but yeah, that's what it's going to be. So as I say, it's not gameplay, so I apologise if you're here for that, but it might be interesting, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on it as we go through it. So feel free to leave a comment down below. It'll be interesting to see and read all your guys' predictions. So, winners round one, FaZe v Subliners. I think FaZe have the experience of being in many championships, especially with the team they're in. Subliners have got a couple of rookies in there this year, so I think even though Subliners have been absolutely flying recently, they haven't got the motivation to clinch champs, which is what I think was driving them through Major 4. So I think FaZe are going to take it 3-2. London Royal Ravens versus Surge. I think it's a similar situation. Surge have got a couple of rookies on their team, although they are frying. But champs is champs. There's a lot of stake. And Royal Ravens have got some decent players. I think, to be fair, I think the only player that might suffer on Ravens is Nasty, possibly Gizmo. Gizmo hasn't been turning up really. I say Nasty just because he's a rookie. I know, no, he might turn up. I'm probably hopeful thinking here because I'm English, and obviously London Royal Ravens, British team. Yeah, I think Gizmo needs to pull his finger out his ass for this event. Usually, when he's on LAN, he doesn't perform quite as well. I'm not saying he's an internet player, but he only really tends to do well online. And then moving into winners round 2, it's FaZe versus Royal Ravens, and I think FaZe are going to take it 3-1. I think the weaknesses that Royal Ravens got, FaZe is just consistent. I think that it's going to be an easy 3-1 wipe for FaZe. I hate saying it. But I think FaZe are just simply more consistent, they're more experienced, and London Royal Ravens have their inconsistencies and less experience, so I think it's going to be a 3-1 win for FaZe. Moving down to the second section of the winners round 1, OpTic Ultra. See, I've probably done OpTic an injustice here. When I'm thinking about it now, OpTic have got Dashy, iLLeY, Shotzzy, and Scump. And the first 2 players mentioned there, absolutely stellar players. They've each had their experiences at champs. Which performed, few rings between them, and Scump, he turns up at champs. He never really disappoints. So hopefully, and he won't have to carry anyone this year. So I've probably done them an injustice here, but I'm a Thieves fan, so I'm a little biased. But hey, it is what it is, and I think they're going to beat Ultra. I think they're going to beat Ultra 3-2. The Thieves versus Boston. I think if Thieves are frying and they're on the same form as they were last major, I think it's going to be an easy wipe for them. Breach haven't had a strong second part of the season, although they have had a bit of a new lease of life with the Nero and Vivid SMG duo. But I don't think it's going to match up to Envoy and Kenny. If Kenny's shooting like he was the other weekend, I think it's going to be a 3-0 wipe. And then winners round 2, I've got Thieves coming out on top 3-1. I want this to happen, to be honest. I know there's a lot of green walls out there. And to be fair, I do root for OpTic when they're on, and then not against Thieves. I think 3-1, Thieves are going to take back 3-1. I think they're going to be driving from the confidence. Last major, down to the elimination round. So I think Subliners are going to drop. Going to be here for Seattle Surge, and I think they're going to beat Seattle Surge 3-1. Because they, I feel like they want it more. I don't know. And they were absolutely fine if they stay with the same form they were at Major 4. Although that was probably just pushed through to clinch champs. But I think they're going to do well here. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win to New York. And then Ultra versus Breach. I think this is going to be a tight one. But I think Ultra are going to take it 3-2. And then obviously round 2, OpTic will drop down as they lose against Thieves in my prediction. And if I'm honest, this is where I think I may have done them dirty. They're an experienced squad. New York aren't quite as experienced, but I think Crim and Co are going to really step up against OpTic. I think they're going to realise OpTic's, the team to beat. The fans against them will drive them forward because they're that sort of team. And I feel like New York are going to come out on top 3-2. Down here, I think Ravens are going to then beat Ultra 3-1. This is probably high hopes again, to be honest. I think Ultra, their motivation is going to be down from dropping down to elimination. They're a very motivation-driven team from what I've seen. And I think they're going to lose against Ravens 3-1 because, I think there's no real justification in this. Just simply the fact that I want this to be the result. I do like Ultra, don't get me wrong, they're an EU team. And then eliminations round 3, we've got New York versus London, and I think New York are going to take the bag. The faults that London have, such as appearances and inconsistencies, are going to lead to the 3-2 loss. I think they're going to try that out. I think it's going to be really close. I think New York are going to. I think they're going to have their hard points. They might even be more. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 3-2 to New York. And this leaves me back here where you've got the winners final, and it's going to be. Well, I'm not going to show you the end result quite yet, but it's going to be FaZe versus Thieves. And I think FaZe, if I'm honest, they've been the most consistent team this year. They've placed the highest seed in most majors, on average. And I think Thieves are just going to choke it. I think they've won last major. I think that's, can't see them winning 2 big events in a row just because of how they've performed the rest of the year. And I think FaZe needs something. I think they're going to make the grand final. I can't see they're the best in this game. I think consistency wise, and I think they're going to have to make this champs final. So I'm going 3-2 FaZe. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be gritty, but that's what I think the end result is going to be. And then, as you can probably tell from this spoiler here, moving down to eliminations final, we've got Thieves versus Subliners. Now, although Thieves beat Subliners in the major we've just gone, best of 9, when they played them in the winners round, New York beat them 3-2, and then in the actual final, New York were 3-2 up. So I think New York are going to take it 3-2. Depends on what maps they pick. I think New York are probably going to veto Berlin a little bit more because they're absolutely fried on it. And in which case, I think New York might take it. Moving on to the finals. So yeah, so far New York are making a brilliant eliminations run. And final's going to be FaZe Subliners. And I think FaZe is going to make it 2 champs in a row. I think that's what's going to happen. They haven't won an event this year. And as I say, they've been the most consistent team. They've got a lot of talent on their squad. And I think it's really close, but I think FaZe are going to take the bag. And it's probably going to be about a 5-3 result, maybe even closer. The only way I see New York beating FaZe is if they make this losers run. They've got a lot of morale. They've got this run. They've got a lot of wins in them. They've had to practice. They haven't taken as many breaks because they're through the elimination bracket. So that's the only way I see them beating FaZe. But I think FaZe, I think they deserve this. I know FaZe is a villains team and all that sort of thing, but I really do think FaZe deserve this. And yeah, I think that it would be nice for them to win. Yeah, that's going to be it. That's my predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Is there anything you completely disagree with? Are there anything you think I've bang on? I'm interested to hear your comments down below. And yeah, I'm sorry it's not my normal sort of video. I'm gaming a lot today, so I'm hoping to get a couple of gameplays in. I'm in master rank at the moment on ranked play, so I should be able to get some master gameplays for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.